You were not born to lose. You were not born to live a small life trapped inside fear, excuses, and other people's expectations. And you were not born to spend your years apologizing for your dreams as if wanting more is a crime, because deep inside every human being is a built-in desire to grow, to rise, to overcome, to build, to create, to improve, and to become. And that desire is not an accident. It is a signal, a reminder that you are here for more than survival. You were born to win, but you must understand what winning actually means, because most people confuse winning with a perfect life, with money without pressure, with success without sacrifice, with confidence without doubt, and with results without effort. And then they get disappointed when reality demands discipline, patience, and resilience. Winning is not a life without problems. Winning is a life where problems do not own you, where setbacks do not define you, where delays do not destroy your spirit, and where you keep moving forward, even when the road is heavy, because winning is not an event. It is an identity, a mindset, and a set of choices repeated daily until your life has no option but to change. The truth is, your life right now is not just the product of what happened to you. It is the product of what you have repeatedly believed, tolerated, and practiced. And that is good news, because it means your future is not locked. Your future is not decided by your past, and your future is not controlled by the opinions of people who don't pay your bills, don't carry your responsibilities, and don't live inside your mind. If you can change what you practice, you can change what you produce. And if you can change what you produce, you can change your life, because you were born to win. And winning begins the moment you stop waiting for a miracle and start becoming one through your daily discipline. Let me be honest with you. A lot of people are not losing because they are weak. They are losing because they are distracted. They are losing because they keep feeding the part of themselves that wants comfort more than growth. They are losing because they keep negotiating with the habits that are slowly destroying their potential. And they are losing because they keep telling themselves a story that makes quitting feel logical. The mind is powerful like that, because it will obey the script you repeat. And if your script says, "I'm not good enough," your behavior will quietly match it. If your script says, "It's too late for me," you will hesitate and delay until it becomes true. If your script says, "People like me don't succeed," you will carry hidden shame and self-sabotage even when opportunities are right in front of you. But if your script says, "I can learn, I can improve, I can handle hard things, and I do not quit," then your actions will rise to meet that belief, because the world may not give you what you want immediately, but it will eventually give you what you are consistent enough to earn. You were born to win, but you have to stop defining winning as beating other people, because comparison is a thief that steals your focus and your joy at the same time. And when your focus is stolen, your progress is stolen too. The real win is becoming better than who you were, living with integrity when no one is watching, building discipline when no one is clapping, and choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Because when you win against your worst habits, your worst impulses, your worst excuses, and your worst fears, everything outside you starts to shift. Some of you have been fighting the wrong enemy. You've been fighting people, fighting the system, fighting the economy, fighting your family, fighting your past. And yes, some of those battles are real. Some of those battles are painful. And some of those battles are unfair. But the most important battle is the one inside you. The battle between the version of you that wants to stay safe and the version of you that wants to become great. The battle between the voice that says rest and the voice that says rise. The battle between the urge to quit and the discipline to continue. And every day you wake up and you vote with your actions. You vote for comfort or you vote for growth. You vote for excuses or you vote for ownership. You vote for distraction or you vote for focus. And those votes become your life. If you want to win, you must become a person of ownership, because winners don't waste their energy on blame. They use their energy on solutions. Blame feels good for a moment because it gives you a reason, but it also steals your power. Because if everything is someone else's fault, then nothing is in your control. And a life without control turns into a life without confidence. Ownership is the attitude that says, I didn't choose everything that happened, but I choose what happens next, and that sentence alone can pull you out of hopelessness and back into action. You were born to win, which means you were born to act, not just to think, because thinking without action becomes anxiety, and anxiety becomes a habit of overanalyzing your life while your life stays the same. Action is the antidote. Action builds evidence, and evidence builds confidence, and confidence changes behavior, because confidence is not arrogance. It is proof, and proof is created by the simple act of doing what you said you would do. Many people feel low confidence, not because they are incapable, but because they have a history of breaking promises to themselves, and the mind remembers. The mind keeps score. So if you keep saying, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow you don't start, you teach yourself that your words have no weight, and when your words have no weight, your goals have no power. Winning starts when your words become bonds, when you say, I will, and your life follows, not perfectly, but consistently, because consistency beats intensity. Intensity shows up when you feel like it. Consistency shows up because you decided, and decision is where winning begins. You were born to win, but you must accept that winning has a price, and the price is discomfort, because comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. And if you stay comfortable too long, comfort becomes a cage. Growth demands resistance, like a muscle, and that resistance shows up as early mornings, as repetition, as learning, as rejection, as discipline, as patience, as doing the boring things when nobody is cheering, because the life you want is built in the quiet, not in the spotlight. You don't become successful by being seen. You become successful by becoming, and becoming is private work. It's easy to be motivated when you watch a video like this. It's harder to be disciplined when the alarm rings, when the weather is bad, when the results are slow, when the people around you don't understand your vision, when you feel tired, and when your mind is offering you 1,000 reasons to delay. But that is where winners are made, because winners are not people who never feel tired. Winners are people who don't let tiredness make decisions. Winners are not people who never feel afraid. Winners are people who don't let fear take the wheel, because fear is a liar. It will show you the worst case scenario as if it is guaranteed. It will tell you that embarrassment will kill you. It will tell you that rejection will break you. It will tell you that failure is permanent. But none of that is true. Rejection is redirection. Failure is feedback. And embarrassment is temporary. But regret lasts. And a winner chooses temporary discomfort over permanent regret. If you truly want to win, you must win the morning. Not because mornings are magical, but because the first hour sets the tone, and the tone shapes your choices. Most people wake up and immediately surrender their mind to their phone, to drama, to comparison, to bad news, to other people's lives, and then they wonder why they feel anxious, scattered, and unmotivated. But of course you do. You started your day feeding your mind chaos. A winner protects their mind, because the mind is the factory where your results are produced, and whatever you feed the factory becomes the product. Feed it fear, you produce hesitation. Feed it negativity, you produce excuses. Feed it comparison, you produce insecurity, but feed it learning, purpose, gratitude, and discipline, and you produce progress. Your environment matters, because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall or rise to the level of your systems and standards. So raise your standards, not in a perfect way, but in a practical way. Raise the standard of what you watch, of who you listen to, of what you repeat, of how you talk to yourself, because your self-talk is either training you to win or training you to lose. If you keep saying, I can't, your brain stops searching for how. If you keep saying it's too hard, your brain stops exploring options. If you keep saying I'm not like them, your brain looks for reasons to stay small. But if you start saying I'm learning, I'm building, I'm becoming, I can handle this, then your brain starts finding pathways, because your mind is a search engine, and it returns results based on the questions you ask, and the questions you ask come from the attitude you carry. You were born to win, so ask winning questions. What can I do today that moves my life forward? What skill can I build? What habit can I strengthen? What distraction can I remove? What excuse can I replace with action? What conversation do I need to have? What standard do I need to raise? What promise do I need to keep? These questions may sound simple, but simple questions asked daily create extraordinary lives, because daily is where destiny is formed. Too many people want a breakthrough without building a foundation. They want a new life without a new routine. They want success without sacrifice. They want confidence without commitment. And they want respect without discipline. But winning does not work like that. Winning is earned, and the currency is consistency. You were born to win, which means you were born to become valuable. And value is not something you claim. Value is something you create. The world does not pay you for your intentions. It pays you for your skills, your reliability, your character, and your ability to solve problems. If you want more income, become more skilled. If you want more opportunity, become more prepared. If you want more influence, become more trustworthy. If you want better relationships, become a better communicator. Because winning is not only what you get, it's who you become. And the highest form of winning is when your success does not ruin your character, when your progress does not create arrogance, when your ambition does not destroy your relationships, and when your growth does not come at the cost of integrity. Real winners are not only strong, they are steady. They are not only talented, they are disciplined. They are not only confident, they are humble enough to learn, because learning is the skill that keeps you winning in every season. If you stop learning, you start losing, because the world changes, markets change, technology changes, people change, and life will always demand adaptation. So become a student of growth. Read, practice, train, ask questions, take feedback, improve your craft, because the person who is committed to growth becomes unstoppable over time. Now let's talk about the biggest lie that keeps people from winning. The lie that you must be perfect to begin. Perfection is procrastination wearing a crown. It looks noble, it sounds reasonable, but it keeps you stuck, because you will never feel fully ready, and ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. You were born to win, not to wait. And waiting is expensive, because waiting is not neutral. It has a cost. It costs time, momentum, confidence, and opportunity. And time is the one resource you cannot renew. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start small if you must. But start, because starting creates movement. And movement creates clarity. And clarity creates confidence. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a real step. Take the step, then adjust. Winners adjust, losers justify. Winners learn, losers blame. Winners return, losers disappear. Returning is one of the most important success skills you will ever build, because you will have bad days, you will miss a habit, you will fall off the plan, you will get tired, you will get distracted, and if your mindset is all or nothing, you will quit the moment you slip. But if your mindset is winning, you will correct quickly. You will not let one bad day become a bad week. You will not let one bad week become a bad year. You will not let one mistake become your identity, because your identity is not what you did once. Your identity is what you practice consistently. You were born to win. So practice returning, practice resilience, practice the ability to stand up again without drama, without excuses, without self-hate, because self-hate does not produce growth, it produces collapse. Discipline can be firm without being cruel. You can hold yourself accountable without insulting yourself. You can be honest about your weaknesses while still believing in your future. That balance is what strong people have, and strong people win because they don't break themselves internally. You might be carrying a heavy past, and you might be thinking that the past disqualifies you. But the past is a place you learn from, not a place you live in. Your past is information, not a prophecy. It shows what happened, not what must happen. You were born to win, which means you were born to rewrite your Patterns. You can be the first in your family to become disciplined, the first to become educated, the first to build a business, the first to break an addiction, the first to build stability, the first to become emotionally mature, the first to live with intention instead of impulse. But being first requires courage, because there are no footprints. And when there are no footprints, you must become the leader. Leadership is not a title. It is self-management. It's the ability to choose the right action when it's inconvenient. And if you can lead yourself, life opens up. You were born to win, which also means you were born to serve, because the fastest way to stay miserable is to make life only about you, your problems, your pain, your frustration, while the fastest way to build purpose is to add value, to help, to contribute, to solve, to lift others as you rise. Service is not weakness. Service is power, because it builds meaning, and meaning fuels discipline. When you have meaning, you can endure discomfort. When you have meaning, you can stay patient. When you have meaning, you can work while others quit. And meaning often grows when you stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" Because the world rewards value, and value is created through service. If you want better opportunities, become useful, become reliable, become the person who solves problems instead of the person who spreads them. Become the person who brings calm instead of chaos. Become the person who keeps their word, because winners are trusted, and trust is a currency. Now, maybe you're listening and thinking, that all sounds good, but my situation is hard, and I'm not here to deny that. Some of you are carrying responsibilities that others don't see. Some of you are living with stress that never turns off. Some of you are working jobs you don't love to support people you do love. Some of you are dealing with uncertainty, paperwork, waiting, setbacks, and fear of losing what you've built. And in those moments, winning may not look like a big victory. It may look like staying calm, staying consistent, staying honest, staying focused, and taking the next step anyway. Sometimes winning is simply not quitting on yourself. Sometimes winning is getting up and doing what needs to be done while your emotions are messy. Sometimes winning is choosing patience when you want to panic. Sometimes winning is choosing discipline when you want to escape. And that kind of winning matters, because small wins build big strength. Don't underestimate the power of doing the next right thing. The next right thing is how lives are rebuilt. You don't rebuild your future in one day. You rebuild it in days. And the quality of your life becomes the quality of your days. And the quality of your days becomes the quality of your choices. So choose today to win one day. If you win today, you can win tomorrow. If you win enough todays, you win your year. And if you win enough years, you win your life. And winning today doesn't require perfection. It requires intention. Intention says, I will not let distractions steal my goals. I will not let mood control my mission. I will not let fear decide my future. I will not let my past write my next chapter, because your next chapter is written by your actions, not by your memories. You were born to win, so treat your life like something valuable. Treat your time like something sacred. Treat your mind like something you must guard. And treat your goals like promises, not wishes. The world will try to sell you shortcuts, but shortcuts often cut your character. And character is what keeps success stable. Do the work the right way, because winning without character is a loss in disguise. Build the foundation: health, discipline, skill, integrity, and emotional control, because emotional control is a superpower. A person who can control their emotions under pressure can control their life, because pressure will always come. And if pressure controls you, you will self-destruct. But if you can stay calm, think clearly, and act wisely, you will rise. And yes, you may still face rejection. You may still face criticism. You may still face slow progress, but remember that progress is often slow before it is visible, like a seed under the soil. And many people quit because they don't see results quickly. But the winner understands that consistency is planting and time is growing. Don't dig up your seed every day to see if it's working. Keep watering it with action. Keep feeding it with discipline. Keep protecting it from distractions, and let time do its work. You were born to win, which means you were born to outlast. Talent can start fast, but only discipline finishes. Motivation can start strong, but only character remains. Excitement can begin the journey, but only commitment completes it. So commit, not to a perfect life, but to a better direction. Direction matters more than speed, because if your direction is right, even slow progress takes you somewhere. But if your direction is wrong, even fast movement takes you away from the life you want. Choose your direction today. Toward growth, toward learning, toward discipline, toward honesty, toward service, toward health, toward focus. And when your mind tries to pull you back into old patterns, remind yourself, my feelings are not facts. My fear is not a prophecy. My past is not a prison. And my future is not decided yet. It is decided by what I do now. You were born to win, so stop living like you are waiting for permission. Permission is not coming. The world is not going to hand you a perfect moment with a ribbon on it. You must create the moment by moving. Start the project. Send the application. Learn the skill. Take the class. Fix the routine. Clean the space. Save the money. Train the body. Build the habit. Have the conversation, because confidence comes after action more often than before it. And as you do, remember that winning is not loud at first. At first, winning looks like quiet discipline, quiet focus, quiet improvement, quiet sacrifice, but quiet discipline becomes loud results. Over time, and one day people will call you lucky. They will say you blew up. They will say you're blessed, and you can smile because you will know the truth. You didn't blow up, you built up. You built yourself when no one saw it. You kept going when it was boring. You stayed committed when it was slow. You stayed humble when it was hard. You stayed grateful when it was unfair. You stayed disciplined when it was inconvenient. And that is winning. So today, choose to be a winner before you see the win. Choose to act like the person you are becoming, not like the person your past tries to keep you as. And if you need a simple sentence to carry with you, let it be this: I was born to win, and I will prove it with my habits. Not with my words, not with my wishes, not with my excuses, but with my habits. And if you can make that your standard, then no matter what season you are in right now, no matter what you are facing, no matter how long it takes, you will rise, because people who keep showing up with discipline, humility, courage, and focus eventually become unstoppable. And unstoppable is simply what happens when a person refuses to quit. You were not born to be average on purpose. You were not born to live in fear. And you were not born to watch life pass while you wait for the perfect time. You were born to win. So win your mindset, win your morning, win your choices, win your discipline, win your patience, win your focus, and the results will catch up to the person you're becoming.